Well, it's been a while since we've been able to catch up and talk with you guys, but I'm really impressed with Mork's progress. Last time we left off, we were working a lot on desensitizing, and that's been a real struggle for him. He's had a lot of reactiveness, and anytime anything touched him, he would kick at it and run around like crazy. We desensitized with a tarp. And that's important because horses are afraid of anything that moves and makes a noise. And in his case, he was not only afraid of it, he was aggressive towards it and he would kick at it. So the tarp was a real struggle for him to get anything near him, near his body, not even near his face, but near his shoulder, his side. He was really, really uncomfortable with it and he would kick at me and the tarp. So we did a lot of work getting him to the point where he's comfortable with something on the side of him. And I used the tarp as a tool because it's safer for me to throw that tarp at him, and if he reacts, him kick at that tarp than kick at me. And to be perfectly honest, that tarp is a whole lot more stimulating than I am. So if he can handle the stimulation of the tarp on the side of him, then when I try to get on the side of him to get on him or brush him or put the saddle on him, he's not going to be so reactive and try to kick at me in fear. The other thing we worked on with him a lot, and you've probably seen in the videos, is him with the rope around his girth area and where the back cinch would go. And that caused a lot of panic in him, and he bucked quite a bit. But you know, just repetition and being patient with him. What I would do is I would apply pressure to the rope, and that would squeeze around his stomach, and then he would run around and kick. And when he would stop running around and kicking, I would release the pressure. And so he got the idea after a short while that if he just stood still and relaxed and wasn't reactive, then there really wasn't anything to worry about. Then we got him to the point where he was almost too desensitized. And I would try to desensitize him with something, and he would just stand there, which is a great problem to have. That's much better than him trying to kick at me or objects. So we're to a great point now where we can throw the tarp over his back, which will prepare him for when I throw the saddle over his back. A great thing happened just yesterday. He let me braid his mane, and any time before about 3 days ago, if I would try to go behind his head, he would cock a leg in preparation to kick at me, and he would turn his hip towards me, and he would, you know, kick first, ask questions later. So that's great progress. He's getting to the point where he trusts me. He let me walk behind him. Normally, if I was in front of him and tried to walk behind him, even at a safe distance where he couldn't kick at me, he wouldn't let me out of his sight. So yesterday, he stood in one spot and let me walk all the way around him, and that was another milestone that was great for him.